Yo, YouTube, welcome to my YouTube channel. Something I've been wanting to do for a while now, but just not really had the confidence to start. But I mean, got to start somewhere. Why not start today when the sun's shining and I've got a beautiful place to sit and sort of just give you an introduction into what I'm going to be posting about and what content I'm going to be creating. Mainly gym related stuff, fitness, my own fitness / natural bodybuilding journey, which I've been giving a good go at for quite a while now. Yeah, gonna give I'll be sharing videos on training tips, diet tips, meal plan ideas, all that sort of stuff, and also sort of how to get the most out of your daily routine. Like, well, what I do, what I do for my own personal growth, and what I do each day to make myself just 1% better, and 1% better every day. After quite a bit of time, it adds up, and results start to show as long as you're consistent. And I've spent many years of I've been training around 6 years now, but only really taking it seriously and sort of locked in the past 12 or so months. And in the past 12 months, I've seen the most of my progress. So what I'm doing is definitely working for me. And if I can sort of share that on this platform and give other people advice or maybe tips and just little, I don't know, little bits of advice, and sort of help other people get the most out of the day-to-day life and whatever goal it is you're sort of working towards, how to get the most out of your daily routine. I'll be touching on stuff in future videos. I'll be touching on stuff like how to set up a decent morning routine, what I do throughout the day to sort of keep myself in check and keep myself accountable. Stuff like explaining and sharing sort of the stuff I do, like practicing stoicism in my daily life, daily affirmations, and helping yourself understand that if you put the work in, you can achieve anything you want to achieve. And I might not personally be where I want to be at right now, but compared to where I was 3 or 4 years ago, this is a massive change for me, and somewhere that, although I always knew this is where I wanted to be and sort of be working towards, I never actually believed that I'd make it to where I am now. And it is just a process of each day I try and do better than yesterday. I'm going to be truthful, there's probably in this intro alone be quite a few like cuts and stuff just where I've stumbled on my words. And I mean, it's the first time I've ever sat and recorded myself, and personally it's one of, I don't know, the scariest things I've ever done, I'm not gonna lie. So I've never had the confidence to sit and do this, but I mean, you gotta give it a go, haven't you? And I've spent many years wanting to do this sort of thing, I've just never got around to starting it. But I mean, a saying I sort of live by now is, if not now, when? Because I don't really just want to be sat here doing the same thing day in, day out, just working, sleeping, gym, which is basically all I've done for quite a while now. But of course a train would go past when I'm sat trying to do this, but yeah, I'll just ignore that. Like, just I think when you're sat in that position of wanting to start something, but you're not really sure how, or like how to start it, what to do to get you started. Basically, you've just got to start and learn along the way, and that's what I'm going to be doing. I mean, I've never edited a video before. I mean, besides at college where I did IT and I sort of touched on that sort of stuff, but that seems like a distant memory now. So yeah, I'm going to be teaching myself probably quite a few new skills in the terms of videography, and just seeing what I can learn and how I can implement it into some YouTube videos. And video by video, it will get better. So apologies if this one's a bit naff to start off with, but I mean, it's my first YouTube video, so it's not going to be winning any awards like. But yeah, I mean, this first video, I just wanted to introduce myself. I mean, I'm Charlie, I'm 29, I'm a full-time chef in a very busy pub in the heart of the Lake District, and I do love it, to be fair. I've been a chef most of my life. I've done other stuff along the way, like quite a lot of different career paths I've taken on, and some weren't for me, some were, but I decided to, I don't know. I mean, I think once you start in kitchens, you're always going to end up back in a kitchen, no matter where you end up. But I thought I'd try something new on my days off, and I mean, any chance I get, like when I'm not working, I'm going to be working on this and see if I can sort of make something of it. And if I can help people, like, I mean, I'm not expecting to get mega famous or anything, but if I can just help one person, then that'll make this worth it, to be fair. If I can, someone who's been through some hard times, like we've all been through hard times, whatever it may be, and it might take a while, but if you've got something in mind that you really want to start and you believe it'll change your life, then you've just got to go for it, no matter how scary it is. Like, it's taken me this long, after years and years of watching other people start YouTube channels and following them and learning a lot of stuff and being interested and applying stuff to my own life, and these things have genuinely led to me improving my life. And if I can do the same, and like I said, if only a couple of people watch this, but it helps one of them, then yeah, that's what I want to do. I mean, I've spent many years in my fitness journey, so you look up to these top influencers and whatever else who post all these clips, and you sort of go, oh well, I'll never be like that. But I mean, the great saying, comparison is the thief of joy. And if you sit there constantly and compare yourself to others that are doing similar stuff to what you want to do, but they're obviously doing a bit better, you're just never going to be happy with it. But when it comes down to it, it's your own personal journey, and if you're doing stuff you didn't do yesterday, then that's a big win, really. Like, I just, after pondering it for months and months and knowing I was going to get around to it eventually, but just kept putting it off, thinking, oh well, yeah, I can start tomorrow. But tomorrow never really came. But I was sat there, I think it was around midnight, I was just about to go to bed, and I was on Amazon. I thought I'll order a tripod, a little wireless mic, and just give it a go. And yeah, this is the first time in my life I've sat down and recorded myself, and just through years and years of, I don't know, videos of myself probably being drunk and whatever else, and just, I don't know, random bits here and there on friends' phones and Snapchat and whatnot. I've always hated the sound of my voice on camera, which is something I'm sort of working on getting around. And I'm sure when I listen back to this, I'm probably going to critique it and judge it and probably not like listening to it. But at the end of the day, this is what I sound like. This is who I am. So yeah, it's just something I'll have to get over, and I'm sure as time progresses and I create some more content, I will get over that. But yeah, I just thought I'd come down here. It's a beautiful day. What better day to start when the sun's shining, and I've had a really good gym session this morning. Went and trained chest at the gym I train at, Anytime Fitness, and had a really good session. And yeah, I don't know, I'm feeling good today, so I might as well make the most of it and start this. But yeah, I've been a little bit more about myself. I'm planning to compete naturally in bodybuilding, hopefully I'm aiming for next year and looking at getting a coach to guide me through a winter off season so I can get the most out of my training, as everything I've done up to now has just been myself, stuff I've learned off YouTube and watching and growing up, always being interested in the sport. But yeah, it's something I basically live to do at this point. It's all I really think about. I'm dedicated to the sport. The thing I look forward to the most each day is getting to the gym and training and seeing other people at the gym who are also on the same path, and even if they're not on the same sort of bodybuilding path, just seeing people who turn up every day, getting the fitness in, doing the weights, even if they're just turning up and doing cardio, they're getting moving, and it's always nice to see people do that. Like I was at the gym this morning, and I'd just finished my session, I was about to leave, and some guy sort of, when I walked past him, I've seen him before in the gym, but never spoke to the guy, but yeah, just sort of smiled as I walked past, and he stopped me, and we had a little chat, and he said I was looking good, and he was like, he sees that I'm always training hard and that my progress is paying off, and all my hard work's paying off, should I say. And yeah, he's always there training himself, so I said the same back to him. He's always showing up, he's always putting the work in, he always works hard. And I don't know, it was just a feel good moment when you see another person who's into the same thing that you are. And yeah, I don't know, it's a good vibe. But yeah, I'm sure there's more stuff there is more stuff I want to talk about, but I'll probably do that in future videos, because I don't want to just sit here rambling for half an hour and people get bored and probably won't even watch till the end of the video. So yeah, I think we'll leave it there. I started listening to a podcast, Modern Wisdom podcast, on the drive home from the gym earlier, with Jimmy Carr, which I got, I think about half an hour into it, and it's very insightful, so I'm going to probably go back to listening to that and enjoy some of this sunshine. And you can watch some clips from my gym session this morning, where I did chest and arms. Typical gym bro split, really, which is what I've always trained, and it works for me, so I'm going to carry on doing it. I was planning to sort of do a bit of commentary while I was at the gym, but me being me, I forgot to take my mic with me. So I've edited some stuff, and I've videoed some stuff, and I'm just going to edit in a voiceover over the top of it, and sort of explain what exercises I'm doing, because the ones that work for me might not work for everyone, but yeah, just a little overview of my training session. But yeah, if you are still watching this, nice one, because I probably would have got sick of the sound of my voice by now and switched it off, I'm going to be honest. But yeah, if you're interested in fitness, the gym, bodybuilding, I'm going to do other stuff on this channel. Just my luck that 2 trains go past in the space of 5 minutes. But yeah, I think I'll leave it at that. enjoy the rest of the video, and if what I've spoke about is something you'd want to watch and sort of follow me on my journey, and if anyone sees what I'm doing and wants to ask any questions, feel free to drop me a message on Instagram. That'll be in my bio and on my page, or I might even put a little thing in the video. Big old bumblebee just sat on my tripod. What's happening? What are you saying? So I was out to try and get a fucking free video. Yeah. Yeah, distracted again. But yeah, I'm gonna leave it there. Yeah, so onto the training. I warmed up with a couple of sets of pull-ups, a couple of sets of flies, just to get myself fired up. My first exercise is usually pec deck, but it was in use when I got there, so I started straight into incline. This is the 32.5 kilos after doing a couple of obviously lighter sets, but just working towards a top set, getting a feel for the weight, getting the muscle nice and primed, and then went into the 35s. Got a few reps in here once again just to prime the muscle and get ready for a decent top set. Bit of a disclaimer, there's no heavy ass lifts or anything like that in this video. I'm well over 2.5 months into a calorie deficit and my strength has gone on holiday really. Just getting some bench press ups in before my top set, just making sure I really am fired up to get the most out of the movement. Going into the 40 kilos, didn't get as many reps as I'd hoped for in this set, but still got a nice pump off it and moved a bit of weight. That's all you can ask for really. Apologies for the crappy audio. Currently got my mic plugged into my laptop and it's just killed the sound quality. But after incline dumbbell press, went into Smith incline press, which I always follow it on from. I really try to target my upper chest at the moment. Well, not really building much muscle at the minute, but just try to get that shelf. Couple of plates on, just slow negatives, little pause at the bottom and then up as fast as I can. Nice slow and controlled reps. Did this set and then took a plate off and did a drop set and just took it to failure. Definitely not going to forget the mic when I go to the gym tomorrow, so I can actually record some decent audio while training. And I'm going to hit some back tomorrow, so that should be a fun one to record. Yeah, this is the drop set, just making sure I keep it nice and slow still, make every rep count and really get the feel on the top of that pec. After finishing on the Smith machine, I went upstairs, got myself on the pec deck. Like I said, it'd usually be my first exercise to really sort of pre-exhaust the chest before going into a pressing movement, but when it's in use, what can you do? been doing these before going into my actual sets. Saw it on a Josh Bridgman video where he said you get a really good contraction from it, so I tried it, and yeah, it definitely bloody works. Just getting sort of my chest fired up for that sort of movement for when I go into my heavier set on this machine. One of the best parts about the gym is the people you meet there and you sort of see every day, so it's always nice to catch up with them. Into my first set on pec deck, I'm just getting a feel for the full movement, making sure I'm getting a nice deep stretch and contracting my muscle. One of my favourite exercises for chest, this. If you don't have one at your gym, a cable fly or a dumbbell fly will effectively do the same thing, but I don't think you can beat the machine pec deck. Going into my working set now, what I tend to do is just get sort of a feeler set, as I'd like to call it, and then into a decent-ish working set. Once again, with all exercises, just making sure there's a nice deep stretch on the negative, and then pushing and getting the most out of the rep. Also went for a drop set on this exercise as well. I haven't really been doing much of them recently, but I felt like squeezing out a few extra reps, so why not? If you've got it there, get it done. Onto bodyweight dips next. Also one of my favourite exercises for chest, and I believe most gyms have dip bars, but if they don't, I don't know, find a way to do them, because it's one of the greatest things you can do as a chest exercise, especially when you're on it in a calorie surplus. You'll build your chest up in no time doing these, just keeping them strict and controlled, making sure you're going down deep into the stretch and pushing back up, and just take them to failure. Finished working on my chest, got a good bit of lighting coming through the window, so I give it a bit of a pose down, nice little pump off that. I do feel a bit flat when I'm eating this little calories, but you got to make do with what you've got. And the leaner I get, the more muscle shows through, so you just got to trust the process and keep at it, and yeah, enjoy the results when they come. Straight onto arms next. I jumped on the tricep machine push down, one of my favourite machines in the gym. Get an awesome connection on this, and you can really load it up as well, which is always nice, makes you feel good about yourself when you're lifting big weights. But yeah, just one set on this, just to warm my triceps up before going downstairs and doing some cable exercises. onto the straight bar push down now. Yeah, I don't know what else to say. There's not much you can say about training arms. Just make sure you get a really good contraction and slow movement on the positive and negative. You can see how well it's working my tricep there. By the end of this set it was absolutely on fire, but that's what you want. Get a great pump. Now on to the greatest exercise that any person could do in a gym, the dumbbell bicep curl. I'm using the 15 kilos here, just making sure not to swing and sort of jerk my body around. Just make sure your spine's nice and neutral, keep your elbows pinned to your sides and just move through the weight. Make sure there's a lovely contraction at the top of the movement and then control it back down. And with this, I just do as many as I can until I can't lift the weight anymore, which is the best way of doing bicep curls, to be fair, if you want that juicy pump. And I'm starting to see more and more veins showing on my arms now, which is always a good sign I'm getting nice and lean. And there's nothing better than having a juicy bicep vein showing through. On to another exercise I've really started to enjoy recently, but never actually used to, the spider curl from the preacher pad. Don't need a lot of weight for this one. I've just got 10 kilos aside here, but just make sure the movement's nice and controlled. Obviously being locked into that pad, there's no sway or movement, so it's all on the bicep, and it is a brilliant movement. So if you've got a preacher pad, or even just a bench will do, if you've got dumbbells, just to take that swing out of it and really get a burn going. I only did 2 sets on triceps and 2 sets on biceps today, because you don't really need much more than that when you're doing heavy compound lifts. But finished off with some reverse curls, which is a great exercise for biceps and your forearms, and just finish off on a real nice pump. But yeah, that was basically my workout for today. 4 chest exercises, 2 tri, 2 biceps, and then finished off the workout with a little pose down in the mirror, in the bathroom obviously, because that's where the best lighting is in the gym. Can really start, every day I'm seeing more and more lean gains, and really liking how I'm starting to look now, and just motivation to keep on pushing on. This is the end of the video, so if you liked what I've done, obviously my videos will get better as I get more into YouTube, but yeah, like, subscribe, if you want to share it, but yeah, keep smashing your goals. Thanks for watching.